Hello, this is Miles Michelle, and I would like to introduce you to my Portal 2 level that I created for IGME 420. This was the Portal level creation class puzzle maker. And the aim is to try and teach players a new mechanic and, learn from it and build off of it. So, what is, okay. Sorry. So to be completely honest, I didn't really stick to that format too much. Because I thought I could just do it a different sort of way and still have it be entertaining. Where instead of like the structure of introducing a mechanic at a time, it's more like I try to introduce them to two mechanics, and then that's like the first two steps, and then the latter steps are sort of putting it together and like building off of it. Yeah, I designed this puzzle with more of like with the intention of being like a good portal level rather than like adhering super closely to the prompt. And it probably doesn't make for the best level for this sort of prompt, but I think it makes for an overall engaging Portal 2 level. And yeah, this borrows a lot of this level is ultimately a little bit harder because it borrows some interactions that aren't seen in the game until like the very last few stages, and that's with like the gel and the beam at the same time. So yeah, but I try my best to still adhere to the 3-act structure and teach the player along the way about these mechanics. So right off the bat, here's the gel. What does it do? You walk on it and you jump up it and you go high. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And but what you do with it, you're not sure, and you try to get to the sledge, but you aren't able to. Where and actually looking up there, it looks like there's a button. Look for a cube. Oh, there's a cube dispenser. It's across this tractor beam. So yes, I mean, it's sort of a simultaneous introduction and just trying to get used. So beam carries you forward. Cube dispenses. Yada yada. You see the exit right over there, but you're unable to without going through these turrets, and and you assume it might have something to do with the button, which it does. I'm not going to try and go through there because I mean it's pretty telegraphed and you know what to expect. And yeah, so don't want to go over there until I know exactly what I'm doing. Excuse me. So I see the cube, I want to go get it. Oh, okay, I'm in a higher position now. I wonder if I'll jump higher by jumping on the gel from a higher position. And I do, it's enough to make it to the other platform. Again, this isn't, I mean, this sort of introduction of the higher platform, jumping makes you go from a higher place and makes you jump higher isn't super apparent through my level, but it's definitely something seen later in the portal. It's definitely something seen in like the later stages of the campaign. So anyway, jump back over here. So what does this button do? Oh, it activates 2 more gravity coilers, one over here and one over there, and the player might have already seen both of them at this point. And so like, okay. And you're not sure what to do from there, so maybe you try the button again. Aha, they react that way, but it's going all the way to the wall. So then we got to disable the beam. So, so yeah, this is sort of a quick time event in a sense, but you know, the player would hopefully like test sort of some of the reactions that lead up to this at this point. Also, that's another later mechanic scene with the turrets sort of disabling with gel. That's something I try to include in my my project description to make that clear. So yeah, that's like the final like put things together. That's like essentially adhering to step 3, where you know, realizing that the beam and gel interact, and you could manipulate the beam to put gel in places that you want it to go. Yeah, I also, just in general, I received a lot of feedback on this level. I mean, it's definitely not the easiest, so not a lot of my playtesters were able to solve it, but it's all right. So in an aim to try and make the solutions more obvious, I removed a lot of portable tiles and only kept in ones that are completely necessary, or like almost completely necessary for solving the puzzle. Because you know, you could do a lot with the gel and just splatter it everywhere and just still not really know what to do. There's and at this point you could get rid of the cube. It's not super obvious, but at this point that's what you're supposed to do, but it's more obvious with you know, how to solve the final step. And something that you actually do with the gel, you know, before even deactivating the turrets, is setting up the gel for the final jump to reach the platform over there. Here. Yeah. Out of sheer curiosity, you know, the player earlier could have put all this gel here just to you know, test like the capabilities of the gel and such. See if you know what it does. May look like sort of just like unintentional and just like whatever, but it has a purpose for the C layer. And then so you're finally in this area, and you know, it's a high platform. What do? You could try doing something like this, but as you'll see, there's a fizzle grid, and you know, you kind of just you're not able to get across with that. So both the gel and the beam are both used to gain vertical momentum. And so how do you do that in a sense? Maybe by trying to combine them. And yeah, then combining them is the correct answer. Sort of similar to what you had to do, or I mean, a similar concept for what you had to do earlier. Move this turret out the way. A sort of similar concept with what you had to do earlier with moving the gel all on the beam over here. I could actually just move over. And then so And then, so the final step is just to fall and really gain that momentum. So, oh, I need to move this. The turrets are, I mean, here. Sometimes it could get a little, here, one died, and then, so here's the other one. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely not the easiest level, but I wanted to try my best to teach these mechanics, and but while still making it really sort of puzzling, you know. And so not the most graceful landing, but yeah. And so yeah, there's the exit, and that's my level. There's another solution where you could sort of just use a tractor beam and spray a bunch of goo and, you know, bounce your way over here. You have to like get enough momentum to do that, and that's definitely a solution that's possible. And it's not wrong. I like the way how I personally enjoy the way how you solve it with gaining a lot of momentum, and I think it fits very well with the teaching of these two mechanics. Anyway, that's my level. Thank you very much.